This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Good morning, one and all. Hope you all are doing well out there. Welcome aboard. It is Hump Day, Wednesday. Yes, sir. Next Wednesday, we'll be right there at Toyota of Hollywood. Second Wednesday of every month, we'll be out there with Herbie hanging out at that ginormous place. Man, that place is big. That is the biggest dealership I have ever been to in my life. But we'll be there. We'll be there. We'll be there. And looking forward to it. Who knows? We might, I don't know if the wife is going to get a Toyota or an Acura actually next year. She hasn't decided yet. She has not decided yet. So anyway, I see JKR decided fire Greer and McDaniel. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But that's all right. You can have your wishes, right? I wish the Dolphins would win a Super Bowl, and that doesn't happen either. So it happens. We have our wishes. We have our needs, our wants, and it doesn't happen. So, unfortunately, it will not happen for you either, JK. But it is what it is. What do we have going on here? Any news here? No. Oh, okay. No. Okay. I thought maybe something was crossing the wire or something at this moment. Hope you all are well. We got some stuff to talk about. Ira Winderman is going to join us fresh off of Heat Media Day. So we'll talk about some of the stuff, not real earth-shattering stuff, but we'll talk about some of the stuff going on Heat-wise. I mean, basketball is about to, get going, and training camp and preseason and all that. So we're a long ways away from, stuff that really matters. But what will matter is how they start. That will matter a lot because it'll go a long way to determine what kind of a team we're going to watch during the regular season, if it's even worth watching, right? You know what I'm saying? Wow. Due to overwhelming demand, the Eagles have announced 4 additional shows at their residency in the Sphere. How about that? The imaging and all that from it has been really, really cool. As I've been watching. Anyway, let's see what else do we have besides Ira. We will have the debut of the Crypto Bro Show here. That'll be within the confines of the show. So, every day I give you guys, crypto news and all that kind of stuff. But we'll be doing our Crypto Bro Show within the show every day. So those of you that have been wanting a crypto show, you are now going to get it every day, but it'll be within the show. And then it'll be then podcasted and it'll be put on video also every single day individually. So for those of you that want to keep up with everything going on in crypto and anything, my thoughts on all this stuff going on and how it affects, which we've got a couple things today on the Crypto Bro Show that we will definitely talk about. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we open up the show with our 3A Graphics sports calendar and the great Alan Blanco. Remember, custom printing and embroidery if your company needs it, your corporation, whatever it is, school, group. Call 3A Graphics. They can do it all for you. 786-618-1443, anywhere in the country. Please support the great people that support our platform. Alan Blanco at 3A Graphics, custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443. Tonight, the other team that has a shot at a title. That's why in our team power rankings, the Panthers were 1. And Inter Miami was 2. And tonight they visit Columbus, 7:30. Huge game. If they can beat Columbus, I think you pretty much lock up the Supporter Shield because there's only 3 games left. But if you can pick up 3 in the next 3 games and then like ties like you've been doing, picking up a point, you've got such a lead. It's, but it would be nice to kind of like hand Columbus a loss, and then that kind of would seal it because, if you lose the next 3, I think mathematically, and Columbus wins the next 3 or something like that, I got to look at the standings again, but I think they're like susceptible to something like that, which I don't think it'll happen. But, Messi is set to play. I saw Kaufman's report that he's not 100%, but he is set to play. They got to pace him, man, because, they've been playing a lot of games here, not a ton of rest. Pace him. You need him for the playoffs. Okay? And I by the way, I also think that whole chemistry thing, they'll be fine. Saturday, 10:30, Canes will visit Cal. Yes, we will do the post-game show. Yes, I'll be on. Yes. And then I got a pregame show after that. That's kind of crazy. But anyway, that's who we are. We'll get it done. Columbus and UM and Cal. UM favored by 10.5, and the over and under is 54.5. Tomorrow night, NFL action: Bucks and Falcons. Falcons favored by 1.5. Over and under is 43.5. And then on Sunday, Dolphins are visiting the Patriots, and the Patriots are favored by 1 point, and the over and under is 35.5. And I am definitely not looking forward to that game. I fear that game. By the way, Bills' Von Miller has been also suspended for 4 games for conduct policy. So he's suspended 4 games without pay for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. The NFL announced today he will be eligible for reinstatement following the team's Week 8 game at the Seattle Seahawks. Miller will also miss games against the Texans, the Jets, and the Titans. The suspension appears to stem from allegations that Miller assaulted his pregnant girlfriend in November of 2023 during the Bills' bye week in suburban Dallas. The NFL did not respond to ESPN's request for clarity over the nature of the suspension. So, scumbag Von Miller will be suspended for 4 games. Okay, so that's the other note. There's a couple of other ones, but that's the one that's a big one there that we figured that we would mention for you. That is our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Big O, hear me out on the Dolphins. Makes me gain weight, up 6 pounds in 3 weeks. Still down 106 from 340. No rice, no bread, no processed food. I want twice a day, all no rice, no bread, no process. There you go. Keep it going, bro. Keep it going. Keep it going, bro. You are an inspiration for us all, my brother. I've been keeping off my weight. I do a little cheating too. I got to treat myself, but yeah, man. 2 days ago, I had a steak sandwich, and that's all I had for the entire day. Kind of crazy, but I only have one meal in the entire day, which is not normal. Normal, I have 2 meals in a small window, but like I wasn't that hungry, and I just ate just a steak sandwich. And it's not like the steak sandwich is the healthiest thing in the world, but I love the steak sandwich. There's this restaurant close to my house called Girardia. It's on Bird Road and 100 and I want to say like 52nd or something like that. And it's inside that public shopping center. And for me, that's probably one of the best steak sandwiches on the planet. Seriously. Just awesome. So it is an addicting steak sandwich. That's I said, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. It's the only thing I'm going to, and you really don't gain any weight actually by just eating a steak sandwich. And that's it the entire day, But yeah, sometimes I do that. Yesterday, actually, they took me out for my birthday. My wife and my daughter took me out. We went to a place called Graziano's on Lejeune, right in Coral Way. They have an Argentine steakhouse there, and had a nice skirt steak. It was an 18-ounce. I didn't even finish it, dude. Couldn't even finish it. It was too much, man. 18-ounce steak is just absolutely. It's funny because I'm a big dude that really can't eat a ton in a sitting. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so I ended up leaving a chunk of the steak and everything yesterday. But it was delicious. It was a good meal. Had a good time yesterday. Good company. The best company in the world. My family. So it was good. I had a great day, and thanks to all of you out there. I still haven't gotten back to everybody with all the well wishes on social media and all over the place. So thanks to all of you out there that sent me well wishes. However you did, I appreciate it immensely. If I haven't gotten back to you, it's been tough. It's been a blessing that a lot of people reached out, and I appreciate that. So good day, man. Good day. And again, a blessing to make it to 58, man. I tell you guys this all the time, right? Every single day is a blessing. And 58, I was thinking about it. I have 7 years on my father. I lost my father when he was 51, dude. 51. Like, that's just ridiculous, I was young as hell. This is 30-something years ago. And it was 31 years ago. Every day is a blessing. I've lived 7 more years than my father did, and that's just insanity. You know what I mean? And we see so many things happen in life. Look what happened in North Carolina and Tennessee. People that were at work. And all of a sudden, floods just started happening. And then they're trying to get home and they get washed away and disappear. And I mean, you think about that. Anything can happen to anyone at any time. And that's why I say every day is a blessing. Every day you open your eyes, take advantage, enjoy the day, enjoy the moments, because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends. Live life, that's what you got to do. Definitely. That's what you got to do. What is this? So Mr. Michael Dell finally sold the $1.2 billion in Dell stock. Everybody's wondering if he's going to buy Bitcoin because he's been talking Bitcoin up like crazy, Michael Dell. A lot of people think he's Mr. 100 that buys, because there's somebody that buys like 100 Bitcoin a day almost. Like it's like somebody's so filthy rich that they can do shit like that. It's crazy. So he's been labeled, and it might be even a she, but it's been labeled Mr. 100 because they don't know. They see the address, but they don't know who the address is tied to yet. So, because it is a public ledger, is what we kind of explain to everybody all the time. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We'll talk about some Dolphins stuff, obviously. I saw the coach's press conference. Doesn't look like Jalen Phillips is going to play tomorrow. I mean, on Sunday, which you would expect him to be out for maybe a couple weeks if you're smart and give him time. So, we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, what do we got here? NorCal is number 1 on the charts there. He says, roll them if you got them. Puff, puff, give. Oscar Rojas is in the house, smashing the like button. Please, smash it. Smash the hell out of the like button. We need you to smash that like button. We only got 48 likes, and there's 142 people watching. So there's over 100 of you now, right now, that have not hit the like button. Think about that. Come on, man. Hit that like button. Por favor. Nice little Bitcoin dip. Yes. We're going to get into that, and we'll tell you why, too. Aquavision, Jamie Zorri out in San Jose. Steve Chapman says, can't remember the last time I wasn't looking forward to a Dolphins game. I'll watch, but the dread is starting to set in. It's not a good feeling. I know it's for all of us, Steve. It's, it's Groundhog Day. That's all. It's Groundhog Year. That's what it ends up. Unfortunately, we thought we were headed in a new direction, maybe third year of the playoffs, and maybe start winning a playoff game. And, hey, we're finally turning the corner. And, Tua frustrates me, man, because, kid, please play the way you're supposed to play, man. Maybe we'll have less heartache. Cosa Nostra is in the house. The Jabroni Bowl. Yes, it is the Jabroni Bowl. You are correct. Joseph in. Ray Sosa. Definitely a huge game tonight. Jay Gelfin is in the house. May your best of 57.84 be your worst of 57.85. May you have sweet, healthy, and peaceful year to come. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Jay. Always appreciate your friendship. Big O, hear me out. The I read that before. Josh, Aquavision. How's the longshoreman strike? I'm going to get to that. Reynaldo, Greer needs to get fired, not having plan B. Finn Rule says Dolphins already in December form. Tyreek just stood there and stared at his own fumble. Well, Hey, man, but I'm the bad guy for not saying to not guarantee Tyreek more money like they did. I'm the bad guy. I'm a sad guy, tough guy. I'm a bad guy. Duh. I mean, come on, man. But I'm the bad guy. Don't extend X. I'm the bad guy. Don't extend Butler. I'm the bad guy. Don't give Whiteside a contract. I'm the bad guy. Duh. All right. So, as Scarface would say good night to the bad guy. Anyway, Mark Gallagher loves Project 2025. He's all in for it. He's all in for the craziness, he says. Alex Palenzuela. James Vivinetti is in the house. Michael Lombardo. Big O, I don't get it. Had 2 years, 2 addresses, 0 line. I've been watching the Dolphins football for 65 years. This team is sad. Yeah, but it's only because of the coach. The talent is way better. I'm sorry. They should be 3-1, 2-2 worst case scenario with a real coach. With a real coach. A Spoelstra-like football coach is 3-1 right now. Shula and Spo are 3-1 right now. Okay? Dave Wanstead would be 2-2 right now. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I fucking said it. Dave Wanstead would be 2-2 right now because he would have run the ball. He would have played defense. He wouldn't have put the ball in the air as much and craziness and all that. He would have played a conservative, tried to play a tough physical game, and that might have given you a hell of a lot better chance to win. Believe it or not, in the scenario you were in last week, Dave Wanstead coaching is better than Mike McDaniel. That's the abyss we're in right now. Okay? That's the abyss that we're in right now. It's disgusting. Dave Wanstead would be 2-2 right now. Dave Wanstead. The stash. And we got this guy who couldn't find his asshole with a funnel. Anyway, let's see. Kyle Cockrell, fins up 126. Big O, hope you enjoyed your B-Day. I did, sir. It was really the perfect day. Perfect day. My daughter got me a recliner. Now, because of the whole storm shit, believe it or not, because of the storm last week, like threw the delivery off. I get it in a couple days. I haven't gotten it yet. But she got me a Shack recliner. It ain't cheap, bro. But it's badass. Because they know that I watch TV, and I have this chair. It's kind of like this one that I have downstairs. I don't have like a recliner. I have like this kind of chair. And so sometimes I fall asleep. But if I fall asleep, you see, my head is past this thing. So it's not really like I kind of fall asleep and I'm kind of like, not really comfortable. So my daughter like says, "Oh, Dad, you're sometimes when you fall asleep, I see that you're like in that chair, and I wake up and I got a stiff back, this, that." So this beautiful daughter of mine bought me a badass recliner that I cannot wait to get, because boy, I'm gonna fall asleep a lot on that chair. Woo! That thing is bad. That thing is bad. So I'm waiting for it. That's my ultimate gift that I got for my birthday, which was a Shack recliner. So Shack, you're selling recliners, and I had nothing to do with it. I had no idea whatsoever, but she surprised me because she sees me falling asleep in my worn out chair. And so God bless her. She got me the recliner. So that's it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. J-Town in the house. Skylar Tipton. You were completely right about 21 Pilots. Phenomenal performers, great concert. Yeah, dude. I mean, I got a little experience in concerts. When you've been to well over 1,400 concerts in your life, I got experience. I kind of know who's a good musician, who's not, who puts on a good show, who's not. And see, the beauty is I might be 58, but I listen to 21 Pilots or Billie Eilish. I listen to real talent. I don't listen to mumble rap, and I don't listen to some of the poppy bullshit that's out there. When I see certain new people that are real talents, then I will follow them. I will buy their music. I will go to their concerts. And 21 Pilots, I freaking love 21 Pilots, and they're fantastic. So I knew if you love their music, and you will love their concert. And again, 2 people to put on that show, that's amazing. That's truly amazing. You have to work extra hard to be two people and fill an arena with sound and visuals and carry it with two people. It is not an easy thing. And they pull it off. So the lead singer pulls it all off, moving around all over. And then the drummer plays without his shirt. So the women are absolutely focused on him the entire time. I'm on to you guys. I got it. I know what you guys are doing. One guy's the entertainer and the other guy is the love candy. I got what you guys are doing there in 21 Pilots. Smart move. Now, you know what? I don't know if the drummer is married or not. But if he's not married, there's 100 chicks lined up at every show at the end of the show. Or his roadie is just picking him out. Because that's what they do. So I'm telling you, the drummer for 21 Pilots, if he's single, he gets ass galore. Not just ass galore is what he does. James Vivinetti says, do you think OBJ plays? Yeah, he'll play. He'll play in a couple weeks. Yeah. He would have played at the beginning of the year if he didn't suffer the setback. Papa is in the house. Fernando Perez, Miami, FLA 305. Greer, great guy, nice guy. His drafting horrific, Big O. He's been completely negligent. He deserves to be fired. All right. That's your opinion. I think this team, if they're supposed to be 3-1, to me, I get it. But my bigger problem is they have not. It's more about the head coach, whether it was Flo or this guy. You're underperforming and underachieving. The talent is good enough to be 3-1 if you were a real coach. Dude, if I'm telling you Dave Wanstead would be 2-2 at least, it can't be all about the front office. Now the front office hired the head coach. So that's where to me, we could complain and bitch and point at the talent and we could have a discussion, but the real problem is Mike McDaniel. And that's where the front office, unfortunately, has failed because they have not gotten the right head coach. That's to me, that's the real legit criticism of all of this, is that it's Mike McDaniel more of the problem than anything else. Randy Mann says, I hate to say it, but McDaniel's biggest failure is yet to come. He's going 1-17. No, because he'll get Tua back and Tua will cover his ass. No. If Tua gets back, that won't happen, Randy. It's impossible. Tua wins with Flo, who had no offensive coaches and no offensive weapons. And what the second year he had Waddle, but the first year he had nothing, basically. So you know what I'm saying? Tua has masked all this shit about McDaniel, and he could coach anybody. He made dude. Tua made McDaniel. All McDaniel did was tell him, "I believe in you, kid." That's it. Tua has done everything else. It's if he was a good coach, he would help others win without Tua, and he can't do it. That shows you all you need to know. He's not a good coach, man. Let's see. I wish we won a Super Bowl. Yes, exactly, right? Les Jam says, will Crypto Show segment be on a certain specific time? Nah, just do it whenever the hell I want to do it during the show. Ocala Joe, good morning. It won't be coming up now because Ira Winderman's coming up. See? Ocala Joe is in the house. Hope you had a fun birthday celebration along with your family. Smashing the button as we stand. Thank you. Smash that like button. I had a great time yesterday for my B-Day. I had a great day. I had a perfect day. It's beautiful. And like I said, you know what's beautiful? Making it to 58. That's what's beautiful. You know, making it to 58 and one day now, you know, That's what's beautiful. Every day that you wake up is beautiful. Randy wants Vrabel. I get you, baby. I get you. Sal is in. J-Town is in. Ross has been known to pull the trigger midseason on coaching changes. Not really. I mean, J-Town, they committed all this money already to Tua. They committed the money to Tyreek. They committed the money to McDaniel. I've seen this story before. I know what's going to happen. The front office now will get after the coach, and they'll try to tweak this thing. And then in the offseason, they'll say, oh, we're going to make some changes and come back and all that kind of stuff. Because as much as I like the front office, they know they have to make it work with this coach because they probably won't get a chance to hire a third coach. That's just not common sense. It just doesn't make sense that an owner would let you do that. But because they have already committed all that money, I almost feel like, they'll get that last chance to try to correct it again next year. And then will he correct it? Like I told you, on Sunday, you needed a Spo-like football coach. Since I'm the old guy and I have to fucking use Shula all the time. Oh, wow, this old guy always has to use Shula. Well, if I had a Spo-like football coach, I'd be 3-1 right now watching the Dolphins. 2-2, worst case scenario. And so this is what the front office now has to figure out, because the guy they hired is not a guy that makes people better. He's a talker. He motivates you, but he's not really a difference maker when it comes to the X's and O's. He can design plays, but now we've noticed that it's really more about Tua than really about him. Sometimes, it is about the players and not necessarily the coach. You've seen it in different sports where the coach really isn't the difference maker, and the players are basically the ones that have to carry the load. And in this case, that just might be what's going on. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk a little basketball. Heat Media Day is done. The boys are going to head to the Bahamas. They're going to get ready for the preseason and the regular season. We talked to our insider, the one and only Ira Winderman, and our Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report.
Heat fans, time for the best insight of your favorite team with insider Ira Winderman, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. It's the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA report. Here's Ira Winderman.
All right. How you doing, Ira? How you feeling?
I'm good here in the Bahamas, getting ready to go to the second of the Heat's 5 training days here. 21 players in camp, still trying to figure it all out. But I guess in the South Florida hierarchy of where teams stand, they probably not only are ahead of the Marlins, but at the moment ahead of the Dolphins also. So still in chase mode with the Panthers and certainly with the Canes football team, but at least positioned to maybe make a little more noise.
Inter's number 2 in town, not number 3. They're ahead of the Canes. Inter. Okay, let's not leave Inter out there.
Let's see it in the playoffs.
What? I mean, they're going to win the Supporters Shield. All right.
But this is America, where regular season means nothing.
I get it, but they have proven they are the best team in the league, and so that with or without Messi,
which is impressive. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So Tata showed me what Spo has done billions of times and what Mike McDaniel can't do anytime.
And you know what? And one other thing before we segue, and what Campagna has shown in his own way to help the team, keep the team afloat and get to the all-time scoring lead there. It's the little things also. It's like you and I talk about when he'd have players out in the best seasons, guys step up, they make a name for themselves. We've seen that a little from Campagna this year also.
Oh, God, he would be a starter in so many teams, and he's been a pro. I commend him because sometimes these young guys may not handle that situation. Like, yo, dude, I was scoring. I was your leading scorer. Why are you going to put me on the bench and all that? And he has not, acted that way. He has appreciated it. And I think he kind of takes it in like, man, I get to play with some of the best ever and get to learn from those guys. And he knows he only has to buy his time for another year or two, and then he becomes the guy, again. So everybody knows that. So I think it's a cool thing. Yeah, I've been very impressed with Campana and a lot of the young guys that are on that team, and they've done a marvelous job in the front office. And that's where, your front office and your coaching staff have to it has to all marinate and come together. And we don't see it happening with the Dolphins, but we constantly see it happening with the team that you cover. And that's always important. So the question is,
okay,
will it all marinate and come together with Jimmy Butler from the get-go?
It's almost like there's the daily Jimmy Butler temperature chart. He is very good so far, 3 days in, of saying the right things. Right. I don't give a rat's ass about saying the right things. I want to see the right things. Last year, Jimmy Butler did not spend one single minute on the court for the Heat in the preseason. Now, I'm not a preseason guy. I know these games are jokes. They're ripoffs for fans and all that. But if Jimmy Butler wants to set a tone for what this Heat season can be, wants to let players know he's going to have their backs and he's going to be there, then yeah, Big O, I want to see him out there in the preseason. I want to see him. Even Eric Spoelstra said, we need to see what Jimmy and Tyler and Terry look like together along with Bam. Those are our four. Almost like he gave us 4/5 of a starting lineup. So I'm not going to overstate preseason, but I think Jimmy Butler's active presence in the preseason will be meaningful based on how last season ended with his absence, based on how last season ended with only 60 games played during the regular season.
All right, but he's not going to go play dominoes till 5 a.m. now in the Bahamas, right? He meant that he was going to go back to the Bahamas another time in the off season.
No, he's a late night dominoes with Jimmy. But I got to tell you, if you went back to his Instagram yesterday, Tyler Hero was over at the home that Jimmy's renting here on the island. And again, if Jimmy's going to be more of a team player, if he's going to get involved more with teammates, I'm all for that. You know what, Big O? It was really interesting last year. When with Udonis Haslem gone, the Heat had to pick a new captain. It was Bam Adebayo, and that's fine. The fact that it wasn't Jimmy Butler, the leading man, told you a little bit about the relationships and machinations inside this team. So for me, to see a case where you see Jimmy interacting with teammates a little more, just training camp, just the preseason, that's meaningful, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Although he did dodge the question. I think Barry asked him about Riley's thing about, not talking about Boston and New York being in the playoffs. And he said, well, I don't worry about the things in the media, but that had nothing to do. He didn't answer the question. He never really addressed it directly about what Riley said.
But Big O, does Jimmy want, or did Jimmy want an extension? Of course he did. Did Pat Riley let him know he was not getting an extension? Of course Pat Riley did. This is the politics going on. This is the back and forth. The Heat's whole way has been everything behind closed doors. But if you open your mouth about an extension, we'll talk about that. I think Jimmy is realizing, you and I talked about this a lot on our accurate Pembroke Pines reports, Jimmy is no longer dealing from a position of strength. Maybe 25-year-old, maybe 30-year-old Jimmy Butler could. At 35 years old, this is the way of the world, my friend. You lose a lot of leverage. The Heat have the leverage. Jimmy has to regain the leverage. How do you do that, Big O? You say the right things, you do the right things, and most importantly, you show up for work.
Yeah. And really, it's about a half a season to prove that you're doing the right things, because if not, although if there's if he's not playing well and he's injured or whatever, then it's going to be hard to trade him midway through the season. But that's
right. It's like you and I have said, it's win-win. If Jimmy plays well, it's good for Jimmy to get his next contract. If Jimmy plays well, it's good for the Miami Heat to either be able to trade him or to be able to feature him. So it's either all going to be good or all go to crap soon enough, and we'll know that soon enough. That's why preseason matters, at least showing up. That's why the regular season matters. Don't take the third game of the season off, please. Then we'll have a better sign.
Yeah, take the 30th game of the season off.
Once every 30 games off. Hey, I say right now, if Jimmy wants to take 4 games off this season and give me 78, no issue here.
Yeah, no, what's the over and under on him playing 70 plus games?
I would take the under there just because you're talking about a 10-game increase from last year. I think the fact that they've set this 65-game rule for awards and that Jimmy Butler knows if he does go into free agency, it's good to be all NBA. It's good to be maybe one of the all defensive teams. It's good to be recognized and have that on your resume. So I would say the over under is probably 65 because that's the award threshold. I would go with the over, but again, because you and I are old, you just had another birthday. When you get old, sometimes your body tells you how much you can play. I just want this, Big O. I want honest absences. If you're injured, fine. But I don't want the day off. I don't want the load management. I don't want any of that. He has to prove it again. He's in position. He still can cash in, but he's got to prove it.
Yeah, and that's what I fear the most of this season is I don't think his body can hold up by playing real Jimmy basketball on a nightly basis in the regular season. I think his body will break down.
Well, and you know what, Big O?
That's
and
the thing that I fear about that.
And that's fascinating because what if the Heat get in a position? This is like bizarro world. What if the Heat get in a position where Jimmy knows he has to play to be seen as a player who could be out there, to be seen as a player who can win awards, and the Heat say, we got to sit you. We need you for the playoffs. It could mean the exact opposite of what we did. So you know what? This is what happens, and you're seeing it with your Dolphins now and with their injured older players. It is such a different situation trying to manage older players through regular seasons. We're seeing it with the Dolphins. Now we're seeing it with the Heat. Whether Beckham comes back at his age, can do something, maybe giving the first 4 games off, not such a bad idea if he has a great final 4 games. This whole load management thing, teams have a lot to do with it as well.
All right. Tyler Hero, did somebody have a conversation with him before you guys talked to him here in Media Day? Because he was more accepting whether it was starting or coming off the bench, whereas in the last couple of years, he was adamant about being a starter, and then some of the talk was from some of you guys was, they're worried about his feelings and this and that. The tone is different. So what are we expecting? Because, common sense tells you the best Tyler is the Tyler coming off the bench.
Tyler was totally debriefed. I don't think it was Pat Riley who did it. I think it was Tyler's people who realized you've got to establish an image. It almost seems like political season. All we're talking about is images here. But he was told to say the right things. But I did pull Tyler aside. I'm going to have a story in the Sun Sentinel soon. And he said, Tyler, what you said is all well and good, and I don't give a rat's ass, no offense, if you start or play off the bench. But do you want to be limited to being a catch-and-shoot player? Last year in the locker room, there was one point in the season where Tyler sort of very gruffly turned to us and goes, well, I'm just a catch-and-shoot player. That's who they said I am. He still wants to maximize his game, and there's going to be a very interesting push-pull. How can Tyler Hero show he's more well-rounded, but how can the Heat get the type of play out of Tyler they need? This team takes entirely too many two-point shots. Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Terry Rozier, Jaime Jaquez Jr., that's their sweet spot. Tyler is a very good three-point shooter. The Heat want him to focus on either that or finally getting to the foul line. He doesn't want to be pigeonholed. He wants to show he's a complete player. So he talked the right talk. Now I want to see what happens on the court, and I want to see if the Heat will be more open-minded to Tyler's possibilities.
Here's the problem I have with all of that.
Okay.
I don't give a shit about that. You know what I would say to Tyler? Bro, be available first and foremost.
Agree.
That's your biggest accomplishment. I don't give a shit if you're a great three-point shooter or if you're an all-around player or if you can pass. I need you to play good basketball, but I need you to be available, dude. That should be your only focus. Let Spoelstra use you this shit that we got with the Dolphins, that these players pull themselves out of the games at any time they want. And, I've never seen that bullshit ever in my life. For me, Tyler Hero shouldn't even be worried about what kind of player I am. Bro, you know what you are? You're a soft-ass player that breaks down, that your body's fragile. Why don't you work on being tough and lasting and be available, and then we'll find out what kind of player you can be after that. But first and foremost, for Tyler Hero, it's availability. is his major problem right now.
I agree. Pat Riley agrees. I think Tyler agrees. And you know what? I was listening before I came on with the Accurate Pembroke Pines report, and you were talking about how you still sometimes have to reference back for the right way of doing things to Don Shula. Well, here's the deal. From Don Shula's era and Pat Riley's era, if you're injured, you don't play. If you're hurt, you play. There's a difference.
Yeah.
If you physically cannot play, no one's forcing anyone out there with broken bones or anything like that. No one's pushing Tua through concussion protocol. You have to get right. But if you're sore or ailing or aching, this whole load management era has to stop. I know 82 games are a lot. Well, when players are getting paid upwards of $500,000 a game, and soon as next year, players are going to earn as much as $1 million a game, then maybe you push yourself through. I agree. Injured, sit out. Hurt, don't want to hear it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, and that's why, to me, everything about Tyler is really about availability, dude.
And Jimmy. And several others on this roster. Yes, and that's the whole thing. I still don't know what this team could be because I don't know how long this team can hold it together. It's a house of cards. You got a guy like Bam who shows up every night and busts his butt to get out there and do what he can on defense, growing on the offensive side as a leader now as captain. And sometimes I feel like Bam is left on an island by guys who come and go, who show or don't show, and it's not right. The only constants for the Miami Heat that I feel I can count on right now are Bam Adebayo and Eric Spoelstra. Everyone else, prove it. Show it.
Duncan. I think Duncan, he's had some injuries, but when he's not injured, he's turned into a damn consistent player. I really like how Duncan has.
I do, but he'll always be, God bless him, a complimentary player. I'm talking about the core and what it's going to take.
But but he has turned into a consistent complimentary player, a more complete complimentary player. We were so critical of him being so one-dimensional. Right. I have to back him up nowadays because he deserves the love because he went back to the drawing board and really improved his game and became a real asset for this team where it went from a contract that was an albatross to now an absolute bargain. You know what I mean? And that's all on Duncan and Spo too, because obviously Spo must have motivated his ass to get to that point.
And I was talking to Duncan yesterday, and I think he's going to challenge me to tennis, so I don't want to get him hurt on the court. I don't want to be the cause of any of this. We will see.
Yeah, he's good. All right, what do you got going on in the Sentinel so folks can check you out?
I got a lot going on because there's a lot going on with this team. Just posted a story in Nasir Little and how the Heat are trying to reclaim another sort of wayward first-round pick. A year ago, R.J. Hampton, they produced into a player who contributed among the injuries. And it's interesting. Nasir Little has no guarantee. Nasir Little probably has no chance of sticking on opening night. But what the Heat have shown a player is if you come here, we will make you better. We will help you restart and jumpstart your career. I'm telling you, the Pat Riley School for Wayward Children is still alive and well, and players know if they want to maximize who they can be, they come to this team, they put it all out on the line. So you're seeing that right now. Today's Sun Sentinel, I wrote about how Eric Spoelstra is commiserating with Mike McDaniel. He likes him a lot. They might be different people as far as success in coaching, but he sort of feels for him. That's the one thing about Eric. He empathizes. He has that with so many of the coaches in South Florida. He appreciates what it takes to succeed, even if he goes about and does it in a different way. So I wrote about that. And then I wrote about Josh Richardson, the only player at camp who still is limited. And you know what? They might have a decision to make there soon because they have other wings. They have Jaime. They have Alec Burks in camp. They have Pelle Larson, the rookie. And Josh Richardson, if he doesn't show up pretty soon, could find himself sort of out of the mix again after being a feel-good story with last season's return.
And by the way, I know Jimmy is Jimmy, so he's going to do, he's going to go to his own beat of his own drum and all that. But having said all that, you can tell there is a level of respect and there is a connection between Spo and Jimmy too. A legit
there has to be. There has to be the connection between you and your leading man. Look, say what you want about Mike McDaniel and Tua. And say what you want about Brian Flores or not and what you thought. But Brian Flores never had that connection. And without that connection of leading men, you cannot succeed. You have to be in lockstep with your leading players. And I got to tell you, Spoelstra is so un-Riley-like in that. Pat Riley sometimes couldn't do that. He couldn't put up with the BS of Shaq and almost got into a fight before Alonzo Mourning broke it up. He had trouble with players not towing the line. Eric Spoelstra is more of a modern-day coach, but I'll tell you this. Eric Spoelstra also draws a line, a no BS zone with him. I think that's the biggest difference between Eric Spoelstra and Mike McDaniel. And you know what, Big O, I'll say it this way, because as a parent,
Spo has a way of, he still will go to the extent of maybe more understanding the player, whereas Riley was still more about, there was the separation of church and state. No matter what. You know,
there's still a difference there in that I think McDaniel wants to be his players' friends. You know it, I know it as parents. We love our kids, we're friends with our kids, but at some time, I'm the dad, you're the kid, and you have to have that line. That's what Eric does. He will meet you, but it's never going to be a case where he'll let you manipulate. I think Mike McDaniel got himself caught in a little of that by wanting to be everyone's buddy. Eric Spoelstra is respected. I don't know how many players in this roster will go, Eric's my buddy. I think Mike McDaniel tried to be that, and I think that when times are good, it's a wonderful thing. When the going gets rough, that's when it can turn south in a hurry. I think that's the difference between what's going on with the Dolphins and what typically goes on with the Heat. Even Paul Maurice, same way.
You can't pivot to the hard ass at that. Whereas when you're able to walk the fine line that, hey, you understand that I'll be the dick if you don't do this, right? I'll be all right with you if you do this. And that's Spo.
And that's great, coaches. And you know what, Big O? Think of Paul Maurice and how friendly he was with his players in the championship celebration. But remember 2 years ago, that game against the Maple Leafs, when he eviscerated his players on the bench when they were getting their butts kicked, because there's a line there. And at some point, you have to be the parent, you have to be the coach, you have to be the leader. I'm really curious. And again, he looks like an interesting dude, but I'm really curious that next level for Mike McDaniel, if he can get there also and understand it's more important that you lead than you buddy up to your guys also.
Yeah,
Shula was great at that.
I think the line Maurice used was, guys, some profanity was needed at that moment or something. I'm paraphrasing, but, it was
was his profanity on Fort Lauderdale Beach about 6 months ago or 5 months ago when they won the cup. But you can see what it takes to succeed at all levels.
Yeah, definitely. There's no doubt about that. And that's the reason why I'm such a big Spo guy, because he is just... He's impeccable, man. He is just like you are, sir. Follow him on Twitter at Ira Heatbeat. And, of course, subscribe to the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Ira, as always, thank you, sir. We will catch up next week. Enjoy the Bahamas.
Now I got to go find a $19 bottle of water at this overpriced resort. And I will catch you next week back from home on the Accurate Pembroke Pines Report. Thanks, Big O.
You got it, my brother. There you go. Safe travels. Enjoy the Bahamas. All right. And when we talk about Accurate Pembroke Pines, folks, they've got it going on right now at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 in Pines. And they've got a service center there that is second to none. My guys, Mike Chan and Jordan Ferber, they've got that place down pat. So if you own or lease an Acura, make sure you take it there. And right now, we've got the Happy New Model Year sale going on right now. 3.9% financing for 60 months. For the 2025 Integra, you can get it for $339 a month. The ZDX, get electrified. $479 a month for the lease feature. 0.9% financing for 72 months. And the RDX, we still have some 2024 models. 3.9% financing for 60 months. Go see Larry Schlossberg, Pat Nasto, Tony Stampone, all the great people out there getting it done. And Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines.
You've been listening to the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat and NBA Report with Ira Winderman. When you're looking for award-winning service and great deals from the #1 volume Acura sales dealership in the Southeast United States, you go to Craig Zinn Acura of Pembroke Pines at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Trade Tyreek for Carson Wentz. Okay, first of all, there'll be no trade of Tyreek, okay? They just guaranteed him a whole bunch of money. It gets accelerated into a cap hit of like $40 million. A lot of you play fantasy football. This is reality football. And they have made decisions now that will cripple them if they try to trade any of those kind of players. Once you have guaranteed a contract, you cannot trade a player right away because all that guaranteed money gets accelerated into that current year. So they're not going to trade Tyreek now. They cannot trade Tyreek now. They have to stick with him now. Okay? This is why I said do not give Tyreek any more money. Let him play out this year, and then you decide after what you do. You own him for another year. You control him. That's it. But as I told you, he's a volatile person. And they were worried about the volatility. And they were worried that he was too immature, that he couldn't handle the fact that he didn't have a contract. And that's sad because, if you got to worry, then you have the wrong professional on your team. And he's the wrong professional on your team. That's why, Kansas City got rid of him and they've won 2 titles without him because they don't need him. And you don't need players that play like he does. Sorry. The bad is too much that goes with the good with Tyreek Hill. You're not winning a championship with this Tyreek Hill. So you can put all the 1,700-yard performances you want, but when you keep dropping key passes in key moments and key touchdowns and you're losing games by yourself and you're doing stupid things off the field consistently, you do stupid things off the field just like you do stupid things on the field, like that fumble right there where you don't even bother to go after it. But hey, man, say hello to the bad guy. That's all right. So let's leave fantasy football out of this and let's step into reality. You're not trading him. You can't. Fiscally, it's impossible. And you're not going to get anything in return because they're going to have to pay him a big salary. They're not also going to give you picks. And then they're watching all the stupidity he does off the field. And they're watching all the stupidity that he does on the field, like giving away the first Kansas City game all by himself last year, or watching him not go after a fumble this past week, or dropping a pass when, he's wide open. So, this is what it is. But hey, you fans out there, get blinded only by the yards and think that that's it. And you don't look at the big picture. But that's all right. And then you think you can trade them, and there'll be a line of people dying to give you picks for that dude and the salary. I mean, seriously, some of you out there, you don't even live in reality. Big O McDaniel is like a tailor who's trying to make everybody in the same size suit. A disaster. Yeah. And he's a great man. You can tell he's a really good dude, but unfortunately, he is just not ready for this situation. So, let's see. Big O, 4 hours late, says what Jimmy thinks. Yeah, it's what Ira said. Talk is cheap. Show me. And that's the same thing I am with Jimmy. Show me. I don't believe shit in what Jimmy says. I want to see him actually play and give a shit during the regular season. And by the way, that will also prove to your fan base whether they, I'm going to watch because I want to watch the young guys develop. But if he's not giving a shit, it's going to hurt. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App, or Venmo. And Sloman's Home Shield is a proud sponsor of our show. We love talking about Sloman's Home Shield. And folks, right now, they understand the importance of home security. I'm sure you do. Home security, your business. And right now, they're offering free home security system with a free professional installation when you use their low-cost central station monitoring. The free system includes a panel, keyboard, up to 10 door contacts, window decals, lawn sign, and professional installation, along with lifetime service, communication device, and backup battery. You're going to love it. They've got top-of-the-line home security systems. They're designed to detect intruders, alert the authorities, and give you real-time updates right to your smartphone. And they have motion detectors, so your phone will pick up any movement in or outside your home. Anybody ringing the doorbell, your doorbell camera will tell you. If somebody's cooking and there's a little too much smoke in the house, that happens sometimes in my house, the fire alarm will go off and they'll be calling within seconds. What's going on? What's the password? Got to know your password. Sloman's Home Shield is on top of it. They've been protecting Americans for over 100 years. Call them 1-800-ALARM-ME. We're in 14 different states, so they could be in your state. Call them and tell them that Big O sent you. Sloman's Home Shield. All right. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. 1 hour down. Hour number 2. We need to talk about McDaniel. We need to talk about his biggest failure. And that will definitely lead hour number 2 of the Big O Radio Show. Right here. Mastered by the one and only Sean Stanley.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices. When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Sloman's, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show. Crypto Bro. This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Crypto Bros. Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
There we are. We are here. And this is our new Crypto Bro Show segment. And we thank the folks at R&M Contractors. Please call Ray or Mike. They do it all, man. They can help you out. 305-345-3649. Homes or condos, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach. Call them complete remodel, drywall level 5 finish, bathroom upgrades. They do it all. Now, let's go over what's going on in the crypto market. We do have a nice little dip, all right? We were messing around in the 65 area, and then all of a sudden we had a drop into the 60-61 range, and this happened because of two things, all right? One is the port strikes that are going on, which I think will start to affect things down the line. Not at the moment, but down the line, it will definitely start to affect things. And then, obviously, Iran missile strike against Israel. So those are two of the things that are kind of affecting crypto, and I'm going to get a little bit more into that with the segment. Ethereum, by the way, right now is at 2,435. It is down 3.5%. Solana's at $145, down almost 3%. The entire market right now is down. And when you look at the stock market, it's barely up right now. Dow Jones is up 40 points. S&P is up just 2.5 points. And the NASDAQ is down about 1/4 point right now. So that's what you got going on in the markets. Not a lot of green when it comes to the altcoins or when it comes to crypto. Bitcoin, that is. Now, why? What's going on? All right, let's go over a couple of things. First of all, the U.S. economy added a better than expected 143,000 jobs in September. All right, they were forecasting about 124,000. So it's higher. This is not actually good for the feds. The feds want to see people lose jobs. They want to see things go bad so then they can lower rates. But if the job market continues to be strong and the economy continues to be strong in the sense of the job market, which I think is kind of deceiving because we're all paying higher prices. But I think what's happening is more and more people have two jobs. So the part-time job rate has skyrocketed. And that's because there are people that have full-time jobs and then they have a part-time job. That's kind of what it is. People need more jobs in order to survive. It's what it is. So it's kind of deceiving. But when they add the jobs, it makes it look like, the job market. And it is strong. You can go get jobs. You know what I'm saying? But it's not as strong as it may look, as you all know, because you live it. And that's because of hyperinflation. That's because our dollar is getting absolutely devalued. Yesterday, they approved a $2.6 billion bank bailout. That means they turn on the printer and print $2.6 billion. And that's what they've been doing. Last 4 presidents just continue to. That's where your inflation is coming from. It's not coming from a specific party. It's coming from all parties and from all of them printing and printing and printing. There'll be 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans in the last 4, and they've all printed. Okay? Especially the last 2. So you want to see more job losses. So maybe in November, a lot of people are talking about a 0.5 point rate cut. It could end up to a 1/4 point if the job rate continues this way. Could be. But let's hope that they go with a 0.5 point because a lot of people need relief here, especially with those credit card rates out there. Now, with the jobs, this follows an upward revision for August, which added 103,000 jobs compared to the previously reported increase of 99,000. So the upward revision is 4,000 more jobs. So with the strong ADP, payroll reports provide evidence of a resilient labor market, which again, this is why I'm telling you that the Feds may, instead of a 0.5 point, maybe they only do a 1/4. We'll see. Because what they'll do is they'll have steady cuts for the next couple of years since they had rate rises for several years. Okay. The Bitcoin dip yesterday, $526 million in leverage positions were liquidated in just 24 hours. So you had the leverage, you had Iran attacking Israel, and you have the port strikes going on. This year marks the first time, listen to this, in 12 years that Bitcoin experienced a 4% drop on October 1st. Okay. Now, the long liquidations make it the largest liquidation day since August 5th. All right. Now, while there was a selling spree of Bitcoin, BlackRock bought 40 million in. So their inflows were 40 million plus. BlackRock keeps adding. That tells you all you need to know. The world's largest future exchange, CME, the CME Group now has launched a Bitcoin Friday futures. They had launched it yesterday. And by the way, it's been their most successful crypto product launch ever. So the ETFs for Bitcoin are the most successful ETFs in history. It's just crazy. Bitwise, for you XRP folks, this is crazy. I thought a Solana ETF would be coming first. And there is already somebody filing for them, but Bitwise filed for an XRP ETF. I know my man Ray from RMC Contractors. He's a big XRP guy. I know a lot of people out there love XRP. So this is huge. Nice job. Trump, his backed Liberty Finance opened up. So he's got the KYC, know your customer, to verify U.S. and non-U.S. citizens. I would not invest in anything Trump, but I got to mention it out there. I wouldn't invest in Coinbase. I would not Robinhood. Certain places I would not buy and would not deal with. This will be one of those places that I would not want to deal with at all. Ohio now may become the first state to accept crypto as tax payment. So they're going to accept Bitcoin and crypto. Now, reminder for all of you out there, I get it in lesser countries, they're going to use Bitcoin as currency, but try not to use Bitcoin as currency. Try to keep it. Try to hodl it. Own it. Don't sell it. It's only going to grow in value. And as I told you, over the last couple of years, Bitcoin is going to lead to help you become your own bank. So if you amass enough Bitcoin, this is why I've told you to try to aim for 20-25%, because that will turn into several $100,000 down the line. And when it does, you can loan out money and get interest. It's pretty good. You're going to be able to become your own bank. It's kind of what this is leading to. With DeFi and everything else, you're going to be able to do a lot of things with Bitcoin that you can never do now with money. So be smart. you pay with Ethereum and Polygon and, whatever, Solana, Cardano, Litecoin, whatever. You pay with any kind of altcoin. Don't use. If you can keep your Bitcoin, keep it. And if you buy it at a lower price, like right now, if you buy it at 61,000, and when it goes to 120 and you're doubling your money, you don't sell, you hold it, because all it does is gain in value. And then you can leverage off of that, and you can make yourself money too down the line. It's a little down the line, but it's coming. So be smart. Be smart with Bitcoin. All right. What else? Japan's Metaplanet. They are following MicroStrategy's plan. They added 107.9 Bitcoin yesterday. Okay. So that's a lot. That's worth $6.9 million, raising its total now to $506 million of Bitcoin, 32.2 million. 506 Bitcoin worth 32 million. It's pretty amazing. And so their reserves are growing. Now, let me show you something that's going to happen with Bitcoin, because October, November, and December are known as incredibly explosive months. So, if this goes as planned, all right, our October price, let me see, do we have it here? Our October price should, because on average, you average around 22 to 25%. You see there? We should be, through October, Bitcoin should be at $80,518. If it goes through the same averages of November on a halving year, this is the fourth year of the halving year, it'll get to 89,727 by the end of November. By the end of December, again, another green month for Bitcoin always, it will be at 106,718. And as I've told you, I guaranteed you that Bitcoin will be over 100,000 by the end of this year. Did I not? I have said it many times, and I have stood by that. So if this graph is correct, and you go by where Bitcoin is now, and you go by the averages that you have in October, November, and December in the fourth quarter of every fourth year in Bitcoin in the halving, and this is the fourth year, the halving year, this is where we're supposed to be by the end of the year, $109,000. We'll see. And as I've said before, I think we'll be anywhere between 93 and 123. But I think we'll be over 100. We'll get to 100. I'm pretty sure of that. But worst case scenario, 93. Worst case. Best case scenario, 123 by the end of the year. Maybe even more. I don't know. But mark it down. It's a great opportunity to take a shot at me and tell me I'm wrong. It's a beautiful thing. Write it down. Oh, CO, you're full of shit. It's only at 75. Ha! You liar. That, my friends, is the Crypto Bro Show, brought to you by R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.
All right. There you go. That is the initial Crypto Bro Show, brought to you by R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall. How about that? All right. So now we'll do one of those every day for you within the show. And then Sean is going to individually put that out on YouTube and on on iTunes, Spotify, audio, all that. So you guys can either podcast it or watch the video version of it. If you just want to get the crypto segment, there you go. And if you want to make a donation to the program, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. You can make a Bitcoin donation. You can use that QR code right there. That'll get you to it. You can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we love those perpetual donations, which is a beautiful thing. Do want to remind you also, okay, that we're going to be at the Big Cheese next Tuesday, broadcasting live lunchtime. Come on out and join us, man. Great pizza, great pasta out there. The deluxe, the vegetarian, the meat lovers pizza, the Big Cheese Delight, which has got, ricotta, mozzarella, Parmesan, provolone. It's just loaded. The seafood pizza, the Miami slice. They've got all kinds of appetizers out there. Fried calamari, jumbo shrimp cocktail, Italian poppers, Grandpa's buffalo mozzarella, chicken fingers, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to be out there. We're going to have all kinds of prizes and giveaways. So join us next Tuesday, 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, the Big Cheese. Come on out, man. Join us out there. Gary and Billy are going to be out there with us, and we're going to be having some fun at the BigCheeseMiami.com. Big O, I hope you see this. I'm confused right now. Why are people saying we can get out of Tua's contract after year one? No, they can't. No, they can't. They can't get out. So don't worry about it. Most fans don't know what the hell they're talking about more often than not. They're screwed. The only way they get a break is if Tua retires on his own, and then they can get a break. Still pay money, but get a break. But right now, I already told you guys this. They have no control. They can't push him out because then you'll pay everything. You have to let it play out. And he's a crazy sumbitch. You're not going to keep that guy off the field. He's going to play. But we'll find out if he wants to play smart or he wants to be stupid. That's the part that you and I we could never answer, unfortunately. Big O, if they start mining gold and silver on the moon, how much would that affect them? This is why Bitcoin is superior to gold, my man. You mine 2 and 3% of gold's total every year. Every year you're finding more gold. So if there's gold in other planets, then it devalues the gold. You understand? Whereas with Bitcoin, 21 million. It's over. Finite amount. And they're buying daily more than they're mining. Do the math. So one is shrinking. The other one still grows. But again, you can keep buying gold and silver for a lifetime because we'll keep mining it and we'll keep finding it. You can't do that with Bitcoin. In 4 years, it'll be 212 that's mined. 4 years after that, it'll be 106 that's mined. 4 years after that, and so on and so forth. You get to, there's 57 that are mined every day, and they're buying hundreds. Well, they won't even be. By that time, there won't be that much in the exchanges anymore. By that time. The price is going to be, oh my God. I can't wait. I can't wait because it's great for my daughter. But yeah. So that's why, And again, what are you going to do? Carry around your gold? The Bitcoin, you carry it around right here. 12 words. Nobody can take it away from you. And you can take it anywhere. Cross borders, do anything, send it within seconds. Try to pull $5,000 if you have it from the bank. They'll say, Oh, no, you can't do that right now. We don't have that. Go pull up to your bank. Meanwhile, you don't have to pull up to a bank. You just send it on your phone. $5, 5,000, 5 million, 5 billion in a second. Can you move 5 billion in gold across the world in a second? No, I don't think so. But you can move 5 billion in Bitcoin in a second. It's just, yeah, whatever, man. We grew up one way thinking, and, you know, that's passé. The world is changing, and it's evolving. And the digital era is the one that's taken over. So you need digital gold. This is digital gold. It's hard for people to understand, especially old people. It's hard for them to understand. People my age or older, this terrifies them, is what it does. Don't forget, smash the like button. By the way, Toyota of Hollywood, we're going to be there next week. And right now, folks, they've got no payments for 90 days. It's pretty good. 2.75% financing available, 4 full years, 0 down. They've got over 2,000 vehicles in stock, over 1,200 new Toyotas in stock. The Toyota of Hollywood's lost city of Atlantis. You got to go check it out. Place is beautiful and convenient because you shop under roof. It's like, I don't know, 7, 8 floors, 10 floors. I don't know how I still got to check how many floors it is. But there's thousands of cars under roof. So you get away from the heat, and if it's raining, so you walk around, you get to pick the car you want, color you want, the style you want, the model you want. It's a beautiful thing. So get on down there. Tell them that Big O sent you. They will take care of you. Herbie Lopez and the great people at Toyota of Hollywood. Let's see. Prediction. Where does Devontae Adams end up? Jets or Saints? I think it'll be the Saints more than the Jets. Jets' issues are, it's not so much that they need receivers. They got some other issues on that team. The O-line it's a bigger issue, I think, for that team. So I would go Saints. Man, how about the Chiefs? Can they pull it off? It'll be hard, but we'll see. Go Inter Miami, and baseball playoffs have started. Yes. I'll watch some of the baseball playoffs. Why get out? What are the other options? For now, it's the best option. Are you talking about the player, or are you talking about Bitcoin? I don't know what you're talking about. Big O, one of the biggest issues the Dolphins have had in the history is the GM position. All our GMs have sucked for a while now. Nobody's gotten it done. What are you going to do? And that'll be the criticism until somebody gets it done. They know that. Big O, I have 5 million Shiba coin on Coinbase. Should I move that? Yes. Yes, Juan. Do not keep anything on Coinbase at all. I've told you guys this, bro. Get a Tangem wallet, my brother. It's $69. Get the 3 cards. Get the Tangem wallet. They'll ship it to you. Go to tangem.com. Buy it off the website from Tangem. And then when you get it, then get a video on YouTube how to ship your coins from Coinbase to Tangem. There'll be a video on YouTube for that. So that way you set up your Tangem wallet and then send anything and everything you buy to your Tangem wallet. Do not keep anything on Coinbase, especially Coinbase. Some fishy shit going on there, bro. Every time there's a Bitcoin dip or a Bitcoin pump, that freaking site shuts down. Okay? BlackRock demanded them to send their Bitcoin over within 12 hours of purchase because they were worried that they don't have the Bitcoin. And watch what they're advertising now. Coinbase. Buy and sell Bitcoin. Why would you do that? We all know you can do that. Why are you specifically asking people to buy and sell Bitcoin? Is that you don't have the Bitcoin that people say they're supposed to have in their accounts? Be careful. Be careful. I mean, I don't know how many times I can warn you people. Do not keep any money on your exchanges. Move it all to whatever cold storage wallet you have. Please. Okay? Not Binance, not Coinbase, not Robinhood. Nobody, dude. Not Crypto.com, not Kraken. And Kraken's good and Crypto.com's good. Very legit. I've used Crypto.com for many years now, never had an issue with it. But I still don't keep it on there. I still move everything to my cold storage wallet. So you should do the same thing, my friend. Have to. You have no choice. Let's see. What else do we have? Johnny Lightning says McDaniel doesn't have a clue. We throw all of our passes behind the line of scrimmage. We can't throw or run because our offensive line is crap. I don't believe that. I think their offensive line can actually do a serviceable job. I just think you have a bad coach that doesn't know how to balance everything out and get it done. I don't think the talent's is bad. I'm sorry. I disagree. If I'm telling you they can be 3-1 or 2-2, it's not the talent. It's more the coaching. Is the talent perfect? No, I'm not telling you it's perfect, but it's the coaching right now that's hurting you more than anything else. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Don't forget, folks, to please smash the hell out of the like button. All right? Very important you smash the like button. Let's see. What else do we have here? Looks like Bitcoin's going up a little bit, 61,706. So it's up 1,000 since early this morning. Like to see that. That's not bad. That's not bad. Nothing's in the green right now. Overall, 61,663 is what I'm seeing right now. All right. Let's get into a little Dolphins talk. And McDaniel, you know, his biggest failure right now, when you look at everything going on, is confidence. It's interesting that here's a guy that his first act as coach was to instill confidence in his quarterback. That exciting, FaceTime that he had with Tua and talking about how, hey man, you're my guy and this and that. It was a great moment. It was really cool because Tua needed that because, your kids need you to believe in them. You're a mom or a dad and your kid is trying to become a lawyer or an artist or a teacher, and you stand there and say, you'll never be that. You'll never amount to anything. You're a bum. How's that going to work for your kid? You think that's positive? No. Everybody needs support. Everybody needs love. That doesn't mean that that's the ultimate and the reason why you're going to succeed. Plenty of people succeed with all kinds of hate and non-belief and all kinds of crap, all right? So that's not the end all be all, but it helps. And that helps. But it's interesting that the guy that his job was to instill confidence into the quarterback, he now no longer can instill confidence in his own team. There's no way anybody in the front office has any confidence in Mike McDaniel. I don't care what Chris Greer, Mike, what's it called? Marvin Allen or Reggie McKenzie. I like those guys. I think they've done a good job overall. Now, maybe what's burned them is hiring of the coaches because Flo wasn't good enough, and they got to know this guy's not good enough. The owner has to know by now. He has seen enough bad football to know what bad football looks like, and Mike McDaniel is a product of bad football. Players can't believe in him right now. How? And then the fan base. Who in the fan base is believing in Mike McDaniel now? Media. Who in the media is talking about how great McDaniel is and what a phenomenal job he's doing? Nobody. You had the media yesterday asking him about play calling and how bad it is and that fans don't have confidence in him. And to his credit, he addressed it all. And the media asked him all the tough questions that you can possibly ask him, believe it or not. If you really listen to it, they asked him. Okay? But it's interesting that how McDaniel started his relationship with Tua, with us, was about confidence. And that's the ingredient that's missing now because the results aren't there. The results haven't been there since deep into last year. His offense has been solved. He can't call a successful offense. It's crazy shit, dude. You think about it. How it starts, this is our problem now. Because this guy can't coach. This guy can't make his quarterbacks better, even Tua. You will succeed in spite of him, or you will fail because of him. Tua succeeds in spite of him. Others fail because of him. And that doesn't instill any kind of confidence. And when you've got Tyreek Hill already going off, you saw him in the game. He was yelling. And then you got Mike McDaniel in the press conference asked about that. Another tough question. Media kicked ass the other day. They asked him everything. Well, I'm sure he was yelling at something, and I'm sure he was mad or whatever. Remember I told you about the volatile person that is Tyreek Hill? Do I need to tell you he's volatile? He's more volatile than Bitcoin. That's a joke you guys now get, huh? Even those of you that don't invest in Bitcoin. Confidence. The one thing you thought he brought to the table, he doesn't exude. He doesn't produce. It just doesn't exist. That's effed up, dude. You look at Spo, and that's all confidence right there. When you look at Spo, you know he's got his shit together. You know he knows what he's talking about. You know what he's doing is the right way. You know he instills confidence because players know he knows his shit. You could be the best player in the world. You could be the worst NBA player in the world, which is pretty damn good still. And you're going to look at that guy and go, I'm going to listen to that guy. Right now, who's believing what Mike McDaniel's selling? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. You know what I got confidence in? I got confidence in Welton Rayom. I got confidence in Jeff Welton, Daniel Rayom, that they will fight for you guys. And whether it's a car accident, bankruptcy, Some of our listeners have been dealing with some of those issues, you know, because we've been in a recession for well over a year now. They won't tell you that, you know, but we've been in it, and it's been tough for a lot of us. Bankruptcy issues, homeowner property damage. If you suffered anything from Helene or any other kind of storm, call Welton Rayom anywhere in the state. 954-966-4646. And they have their own adjusters. So they're going to send their adjusters to your house, and then they will attack the insurance company for you. You will never pick up the phone and call the insurance company. Okay? And I can tell you, here in the state of Florida, DeSantis screwed us. He gave the insurance companies all the power, took it away from us. So make sure you have the best lawyers possible. Jeff Welt, Daniel Rayom, 954-966-4646. By the way, it looks like Jalen Phillips is out this week. I think he'll be out for a couple of weeks. You know. Ooh, voice is a little rough. Mike's not selling anything. He has no QB. Nobody's buying anything from Mike at this point. Nice analogy about Tyreek's behavior with Bitcoin. Yeah, we try. Huntley sucks. I would be mad if Tyreek, no one can throw him the ball. Yeah, I get it. But it's not Huntley's fault, dude. You know, he is what he is. The fact you put him in this position, that's the sad part. Hard Knocks showed McDaniel isn't a leader. He's too worried about his capris and shoes. Yeah. Yeah, too many games. At the end, there was a lot of joking around and stuff. And, yeah, I'm with you there. I'm more old school, you know? So that's where I'm a little different. I'm more old school. Boy, you put that Mucinex on, and it just becomes kind of a lubricant already. Jesus Christ. All right, good shit. Tua needs titanium skull implant. That will protect his stupid ass from doing these things. I think you're onto something. Because nobody loves Tua more than I do. Nobody believes in Tua more than I do, but I'm the first one to tell you he's a freaking knucklehead on the field. A titanium skull. That's the answer. That's the answer. Can it be done? GoFundMe page. Are we ready? Big O, if you're in charge of the team, what's the moves you would do this offseason if we miss the playoffs and the offense still looks sluggish with Tua? I'm taking away play calling from McDaniel. That's what I'm doing. For sure. He's not a play caller. He's not an offensive coordinator. So, yeah, that's definitely what I would do. They're not going to fire him. They just extended him. They extended everybody, dude. They're going to bring everybody back next year. They're going to try to tweak it. I told you this is the year that puts them on the hot seat. I warned you. The plane convo with Tua had me doubt. The 48-20 loss in Buffalo had me off. The Chiefs game in London, Mostert driving, and then you pass. I was done with this nerd. Now I'm angered. Yeah? Tua needs to practice throwing the ball away and sliding. He doesn't need to practice it. Just needs to do it. He can do it. It's just, he makes bad decisions on the field. That's all it is. It's not that he can't do it. It's just he makes bad decisions, dude. I love the kid, but he's crazy. Está loco. That's all it is. You know? Ho Yoon, you're the best. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for the donation, as always. You are the man. Very kind. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can always make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always love that. Nothing wrong with a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Thank you all out there. Let's see, what else do we have? Let me do a little music here. Let's do that. Let's get to a little musica. Got a couple things. Actually, there's some interesting notes today on the music side. And I got a sports nugget too. First of all, let's go with musicians born on October 1st. And we start off with Jim Root, songwriter, guitarist, lead guitarist for Slipknot, born in 1971. Saitra Balderson, drummer for the Sugar Cubes, born in 1962, and I'm sure I butchered his name. Oh, by the way, Tiffany. She thinks we're alone now. She's not sure, but she thinks. She was born in 1971. Robbie Neville, C'est la vie, 1961. Born on this date. Al Connolly from Glass Tiger, the Canadian band. Don't forget me when I'm gone. Bryan Adams is in that in the chorus of that song. I think, I mean, I don't know too much about Glass Tiger except that. And that was like the only song I knew here. Now, I don't know if in Canada they had more hits. Maybe they did, but here, that's the only one I knew. Freddie Jackson, You Are My Lady. 56. I still remember him in The King of New York. He's the one singing when Frank White gets the money to donate for the hospital, right? And then they're presenting the hospital and all that stuff. And Freddie Jackson is singing, and he's in that movie, King of New York. I love that movie, King of New York. Phil Oakey, singer for the Human League. Nice job. I love Lebanon. That's my favorite song from Human League. Sting was born on this date in 1951. Gordon Summer, bassist and lead singer for the Police. Mike Rutherford, another bassist for Genesis, born on this date in 1950. And, of course, Mike and the Mechanics. Don McLean. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee. 1945. This is a hell of a list today. Pretty damn good list. Oh, shit. Lolly Vegas, guitarist and singer with Redbone. Come and get your love. Not bad. Not bad. And when you see Redbone, you're like, you guys sing that song? I didn't picture the group looking like that, you know? It's one of those deals. If you ever want to trip out, go find the video of Come and Get Your Love from Redbone and just listen to the song first. Then go watch the video and then tell me if it's what you pictured in your mind. Just a little, you know. Again, I don't know how this kind of shit sticks to my mind and how it's in there, but it's there. All that useless information, it's there. just for you. We are loaded with useless information. Let's see, what else do we have celebrating birthdays? Mahatma Gandhi was born on this date in 1869. We lost him in 1948. Kelly Ripa. She is 54 years old. Little Kelly Ripa. Kelly Ripa is so tiny. Let's see who else is celebrating. Allison Becker, soccer player, futbolista. He is 32 years old. Also celebrating some birthdays today. We go with Camila Bell, movie actress. She is 39. And Roberto Firmino, futbolista. He is 33 years old. Those are the famous people with birthdays today. Sean Stanley, do we have wrestlers born on this date, sir?
Yes, we do. Scott Bazo was born on this date in 1969. El Dandy, born in 1962. Yokozuna was born on this date in 1966. Sadly, we lost him in 2000. And Sky Blue, she turns 25 today. Those are your birthdays, October 2nd, 2024.
All right. All right, we move over. Let's talk a little bit about what happened today in music history on October 2nd. And in 1971, Yes began the English tour with Rick Wakeman behind the keyboards for the first time. One of the greatest keyboardists of all time, Rick Wakeman. In 82, John Cougar Mellencamp, Jack and Diane, two American kids done best they can, was number one on the singles charts. I love Hand to Hold On To in that album. That is my favorite song of that album, Hand to Hold On To. In 82, at a benefit concert, Peter Gabriel performed with Genesis for the first time since leaving the group in 75. In 70, Pink Floyd released their fifth album, Atom Heart Mother. In 95, on this date, Oasis released their second album, What's the Story, Morning Glory, which would go on to sell 18 million copies worldwide. In 71, Rod Stewart began a 5-week run at the top of the singles charts with Maggie May, Reasons to Believe. In 96, Pearl Jam had a show in Hartford, Connecticut. It ended in a riot when mass fighting broke out amongst 30,000 concert goers. And that, my friends, is what happened today in music history. All right. Couple of other things one, rest in peace, John Amos. Good Times, Roots, Coming to America, 84 years old. He had a complete life, man. Passed away yesterday. It's with heartfelt sadness that I share with you that my father has transitioned, Kelly Amos said. He was a man with the kindest heart and a heart of gold, and he was loved the world over. Many fans considered him their TV father. He lived a good life. His legacy will live on in his outstanding work in television and film as an actor. My father loved working as an actor throughout his entire life. And he was our old school TV father. The TV father that wasn't going to take any shit. That's John Amos was like my dad. Good dude. Just, do shit the right way. And if you don't, then the wrath is coming, that kind of stuff. John Amos was a lot like our dads back in the day, that kind of stuff. By the way, Jeff Tate, formerly of Queensryche, is coming to the Parker Playhouse April 6th. And they're doing Operation Mindcrime in its entirety. So that's pretty cool. And I'm getting tickets for the Struts January 18th at the Revolution Live. Surprised the wife with that. She loves the Struts. Can't wait. So we'll see. We shall see. Let's see what else do you have here? Can you turn your words into a salad? Yeah, that's exactly what Mike McDaniel does all the time. You know? What else? In California, they're all about speed, smash and grab. I didn't say Kelly Ripa was tight. I said tiny. She's a tiny little girl. She's got like a body of a 10-year-old girl, dude. It's like a tiniest little thing. Maybe we are changing the narrative, losing to shit teams on the brink to beating the great teams. Really, Shane? By the way, how did they perform against Buffalo? Yeah, not the case, dude. Not the case. Not the case. Okay? Unfortunately. Don't forget, Caneswear, a proud sponsor of our show. We love Brett and Jeff and Mike and all the great people out there, man. They get it done. Please go visit them at 2655 South University Drive. If you see John there, he's a big rocker. You can talk music with him. Jeff loves his sports. Brett, he lives, eats, and breathes Canes, baby. And they've got Dolphin gear there. They've got Inter Miami gear. You got Inter back in action. Get your messy kits. They've got Panthers stuff, even championship stuff. So you can get it. So if you didn't get any Stanley Cup championship stuff with the season right around the corner, go get it now at Caneswear. Use our code BIG010. You will get 10% off in person or online. And online, if you order over $99, free shipping. Caneswear.com. Big O, our dad, yes. These days, not so much for no. No. You can't be that kind of father nowadays. Big O, happy birthday. My brother's a Libra. I'll be 40 in October 6th. Happy early birthday to you, sir. John Amos is like a dad that makes you shit in your pants when you bring home an F from school. Hell, a D. Forget the F. You don't want to go home. Okay? The D would be bad. Like a C, like he'll look at you like, seriously, you just want to be average? Like you're going to get shit for a C. A D, you're done. An F, oh my God, forget about it. They're going to lose their crap. But the D would not be fun, bro. I don't know how you were, but if I ended up with a D or an F, I was going to get some shit. Yeah. They weren't happy if I got a C. They weren't. I used to be able to go to machine shop if I got A's and B's. That ended in 5th grade. Anyway, what can I tell you? By the way, if your business wants to be a part of our platform, you can reach out to our business line at 786-754-4664. We broadcast anywhere. Okay? So reach out to our business line. You want to be a sponsor? We'd love to have you as a sponsor. 786-754-4664. Reach out to our business line. John Amos received an Emmy for his role in the 77 miniseries Roots and was the father of Evans. Yes, I know all of that, Oscar. Yes. Big O, I'm not watching this Sunday versus the Pats. Need a total Dolphin cleanse. Can't believe I have to pay season tickets Felt I saw a game at Tropical Park, LOL, on Monday. Yeah. If I got a C, I would be grounded until next report card came out. I won't even say what happened if I brought a D. No, I know. I'm telling you, forget about it. I got a lot of shit for a C. And if I got a D, yeah, that was not going to be fun, dude. That was not going to be fun. That was not going to be an enjoyable moment. So, who knows? Anyway, if the Dolphins have a losing season and end with a top 5 pick and they go with another player outside of QB, would you be upset, Big O? Well, it depends. I have to see the QBs. Is there one worthy at 5? Because maybe there's only like 2 that you really want. So, I don't know. It's a hypothetical that, let's wait till we're actually there. And then let's let this season play out. So, it's just one of those deals. I can't do anything about that. All right, folks, we are wrapping it up. We thank you all out there as always. We thank the great Sean Stanley. We thank Ira Winderman. If you missed Ira Winderman, you can go back to it. Of course, my man Sean will be posting it on video and audio. Plus, the Crypto Bro Show made its debut. Now you'll get one every single day. That will also be posted audio and video also. So if you want to catch up with things in video, if you want to support our platform and help us grow and help us survive, you can make donations on Venmo and Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, or use these QR codes right here on the video. Just use the Venmo one or our Cash App one, and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation also, which is always appreciated. We will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, same Tua channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.